You're welcome back to the show. It's time for us to talk culture and everything around that with peace and all of that. I have here with me a very special guest, Akshay Jain, Director, Art of Living Foundation. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you.
When I think culture, Nigeria, of course, comes to mind, but a few other countries come to mind, and India is definitely one of them. And I know your foundation has its roots in India. Tell us why you're here, first of all.
So I've been in Nigeria for 11 years.
Okay.
And I do business. I have a software company which I run. But then my main objective of being with Art of Living Foundation is to see how we as individuals can spread the message of peace. You see, when it comes to culture, every country has their own nuances. When you talk about Nigeria, you talk about India, we have so many similarities.
Yeah.
At the same time, we have so much of diversity. Like here, when you talk about Nigeria, there are 6 geopolitical zones. And then further going down, there are too many cultures, and then dialects change, languages change. And the same thing in India. We have more than 32 main languages, and then we have dialects. So there is so much of diversity in culture. And then between countries, there is so much diversity. So one of the things that Art of Living has been doing is to see how we can unite as one family, make this world as one family, where there is no violence, there is no conflict, and we still exist in our own cultures. So unity in diversity is what we would like to propagate. And a lot of work has been done in India and across the world, including Nigeria, where if there is conflict, if there is stress, we work with individuals to see how, as an individual, we can lead a healthy, stress-free life. Yeah. And once an individual is healthy and stress-free, it propagates in society.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you because it's very timely now. I mean, in Nigeria, we're going through quite, a time. Not very, very interesting for a lot of people. A lot of it is also sort of tribal and culture based. Yes. With a lot of the differences suddenly coming to a head, and people are trying to, find a voice for themselves. So many things have been tried, whether it's military force, whether it's dialogue. How does a foundation like this help a country that is, like you say, so diverse and sometimes so different, but it's still one? What does a foundation like this do to let Nigerians understand, that culture can actually bring peace in a place like this?
The basic message is that of love. So love unites. As human being, if you're sitting here and you hear that something went wrong in North, for example, there's a bombing, your heart melts. You don't like it. You don't like to hear for it. Why? Because somewhere you're connected as human being. As human beings, we are one. We don't like to hear any violence. So Art of Living's basic principle is that if there is conflict or if there is stress, if there is violence, that means we are not grounded in peace and love, and stress is one core reason. So we work with individuals, and when those individuals, they get a sense of peace, they are able to then propagate that, and that's how nations will change. It starts from the grassroots. It starts from an individual, and then it spreads. It's a ripple effect there.
Yeah. So I know you have a cultural festival, culture festival coming up from the 19th to the 21st of August here in Lagos. What is that supposed to achieve? Who's coming? Why should anybody care about this festival?
So as you mentioned, the founder of Art of Living, Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar, he is coming to Nigeria for the first time.
Oh, okay.
And it's been 41 years of Art of Living on this planet. And in these 41 years, Gurudev has been instrumental in reaching out to more than 156 countries. So today, Art of Living has a presence in 156 plus countries.
Oh, wow.
And why is that happen? Because it appeals to the human nature and human heart. And when there is something so dear to you, which is peace and happiness, people subscribe to it. So Gurudev has been honored by various nations because of the work he has done. For example, one of the things he did was in Colombia, where 52 years of armed conflict came to a knot after his intervention between the guerrillas and the government. So he has, there are so many exemplary things that he has done in regions like Colombia, India, Iraq, different belts in Middle East, that I think it's the right time for him to come to Nigeria and maybe put that spark of love, which goes across the country, and we see a change coming in. You know, everybody says we need change. So I think this is apt time. And when it comes to how to do that, so you see, Gurudev believes that there are different things that unite people. So for example, business. So when it comes to making money, you don't see that you're from north or east. You do business together as one. Same thing is culture.
Yeah.
Right? As culture, when it comes to celebration, you may bring a northern, cultural performance. You can bring from anywhere, and we celebrate as one. So we are doing two main events. One is a business leaders roundtable with the topic of building emotional resilience, which is very much required to go through the turbulent times. And second is a culture festival, where there'll be music, dance, celebration, and we'll talk some good things about how to, uplift human spirit and meditate for peace in Nigeria. So I think it's important that those of us who really want to change, let's experience that change within us, and then it'll go out in the society. So let's come together and join hands to bring this change.
It's very interesting that you say it's been on for 41 years. It's coming to Nigeria for the first time. Finally, it's our turn. But what would you want to see achieved at the end of this festival? What would be like a success for you?
I would say if we are all able to see as Nigerians coming together and saying, yes, we stand for peace in this country. And if we are able to get so the event is happening in Eco Convention Center. So if we are able to fill that hall and say, let these people stand for peace, I'm sure that is just a spark. This is a long-term process. Nothing happens overnight. But that is a good success for us, that yes, there are people who want to make a change and who want to see a change in themselves. And we are all standing together for that.
Yeah. So it's on the 19th to the 21st of August. Yes. Where?
So 19th at Eco Convention Center is the Business Leaders Roundtable, which is an invite-only event because of the number of seats that we have. And then the Culture Festival is on 21st, which is at Eco Convention Center, 4 p.m. onwards. Okay. So we close the doors at 4, and that's an open event.
Anyone can just walk in?
Anyone should register first. Okay. So it's a free, it's a free registration at www.artofliving.ng.
Okay.
So anybody can go up to this website, register for free, and just show that QR code and enter.
Awesome stuff. Can't wait for that. I'm very
you
excited.
Should be there.
I'm a huge believer in the power of culture and what it does. I think I've seen it happen in many places around the world. So hopefully we can get a bit of that. So just go to artofliving.ng and register to be a part of it on the 21st. Thanks a lot for being here today.
Thank you. Pleasure.
And all the best.
And we look forward to seeing everybody there.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining us. Like I always say, you can follow the conversation on Twitter. Please use the hashtag Rubbin Minds when you send us a message. I'll see you next time.